Hi everyone, this is Cynthia and this is What's Cooking, and I today I'm going to be making whole wheat blender pancakes. And actually we're going to do a little bit of a surprise. We're going to throw in a couple of extra ingredients and do some apple caramel cinnamon pancakes, but still good for you. Anyway, these are whole wheat berries. They're a white wheat berry, and I'm going to be using my Blendtec blender. Now you can use a regular blender. I've done it in a Blendtec and I've done it in a Vitamix. Both are high horsepower blenders and they work a little bit better than regular blenders, but you can do it in a regular blender. You'll just need to blend it longer, and sometimes it won't be quite as thick, but it still makes a really delicious pancake. I got this recipe from my good friend Holly Newman, so I'd like to thank her, and I've made some alterations to it. We're going to start out with 1 1/4 cup of the wheat berry. It's a hard white wheat. I'm going to put it straight into my blender, and to that I'm going to add 1 1/4 cup of milk. Okay, I'm just using 1% because that's what we have, but you can really use any kind. And I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on. This, I'm going to set it to blend on a speed of about 3 for about 30 seconds, and then I'm going to ramp it up. And this will probably blend for 2.5 minutes. Alright, okay, so we've been going just a little over 2 minutes, and I want you to see what we have in here so far. It's pretty thick, and that's basically just the wheat and the milk, and it's steaming a little bit. It's nice and hot. Okay, so then we're going to do, I'm actually just going to use my little rubber scraper because there's some wheat that gets up on the sides, and push it down. You don't have to do this. I don't always. Sometimes I just leave it out and nobody can tell the difference, but make the sides look a little pretty for the video, I guess. Anyway, so now all we're going to do is put in all the rest of our ingredients. I've got 2 eggs, and I've got about a half a teaspoon of vanilla, and I've got 2 tablespoons of canola oil, and also I've got a tablespoon of raw honey, and you can do really any sweetener will work with this, but I like the honey. Okay, and then I've got a half of a teaspoon of salt, goes straight in there, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, and 2 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. That's all going to go right in there. And put the lid on, and then we're just going to blend it for a little bit longer on a low speed, just until it's all incorporated. Okay, so this just finished incorporating everything in. And if you take a look, it's starting to get bubbles in it, and those little bubbles are the baking powder and soda that are activating in there. And we're just going to go ahead and let this sit for a couple of minutes. You can go ahead and pour your pancakes, but they will be thinner. If we wait a couple of minutes, then it will get thicker. Now, I'm actually going to be doing apple pancakes because they're really good. So we're going to start by, I just cut up an apple, and all we're going to do is just drop it right into the food processor, and I'm going to grate it. I like it in chunks, but my kids prefer having it grated, so we'll just do some grated apple. There's 1/2, there's the other half. Okay, and a couple extra pieces. Okay, so now we've got this grated apple, and I'm going to go ahead and just give it about 2 more minutes on this. I want it to be probably 3 to 5 minutes waiting. Alright, so it's been about 4 minutes, and our batter is looking a lot thicker, if you can see that. I'm going to show you how you can just do it plain. You don't have to make the apple pancakes. You do want to spritz your griddle You can use either a counter griddle like this one, or you can just use a regular one on your stove. I have done both lots of times. And then I'm just gonna pour it straight out of my jar because it's got this great angle on the front and it makes it really easy. But just so you can get a good look here at these pancakes, they are so nice and thick. I've got my griddle set to about 325 degrees. And I'm gonna do a couple of regular pancakes just for fun. Good. And then I'm going to stir in this shredded apple that I just shredded or grated. I'm just going to put that in there. I think apple pancakes are probably one of my favorites. And then I'm just going to throw in, because it's fun, I've got about 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon and about 1/4 of a teaspoon, well, there's maybe 1/2 in there, of caramel extract. It gives it a fun flavor, and kids like it a lot. And I'm just going to actually stir this right in my blender. I don't even need to blend it up. I'm just going to stir it around. Okay. Those are starting to get, so when you start to be able to see your edges puff up a little bit and the bubbles on the top, you can flip them. I'm thinking, giving it a flip. Those look perfect. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put these on. Now this one is a little bit thicker because I've added the apple to it. But they smell so good. That's kind of a big pancake, but that's all right. The bigger the better. Oh, look at all that apple. That's a really big pancake. My 6-year-old always asks if I'll make her a heart-shaped pancake. It doesn't work very well when you've got extra stuff loaded in there. I would encourage you to experiment with whatever you enjoy in your pancakes. You can put blueberries, and you can do chocolate chips, anything that bananas are good in pancakes. So just wait for them to kind of bubble up like this, and then when the edges look like they're getting pretty close, you'll just flip them over and take them off. We'll just wait, give it just a minute. Okay, I think we're about ready to take these off the griddle. So here are the regular pancakes. Can you see how those are so light and so fluffy? They're just beautiful. In fact, I'll like break one open here so you can see how good they are. But look at how light those are. They're just delicious. And the flavor is so much better than anything I've ever seen in a mix. I'm going to go ahead, flip these apple ones. They kind of need to cook just a little longer because they've got the extra filling. These stuffed pancakes are huge. There we go. Well, that is all there is to it. It's super easy. You can throw these together in 5, 6, 7 minutes in the morning for your kids and or for yourself. They're healthy, they're good for you, they taste delicious, and I hope you enjoy them. Thanks for watching.